there so we can see. And also, I don't know if I'm going to put this on the speaker. What do you think?
Depends on how loud he is.
Yeah, he sounded, good quality, good sound. We'll do it without the speaker. And you tell me when we're set here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Three, two, one, go. Greetings, family. How you doing? Have you have you gotten over the heat wave? Whew. Man, it was -9 last night for us. With the wind chill factor, it's probably like minus 15. Yeah, we're normally like -40, -50. We had a heat wave. I hope you all are doing okay, and most of all, being safe and being smart. It's not easy to deal with those icy roads out there. God bless you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of your supplemental UB2Bs. It is the 18th of February, 2021. I greet you in agape love. It's a pleasure to be with you. And tonight, our infomercial from 7 to 7:30 is about this product right here, Lifewave. These are stem cell patches that I use on a daily basis. I believe in them. I like them. I've studied them, and I encourage you to learn. So let's learn. Let's get to learning, and I'm going to bring in our dear brother Kai tonight, who is going to talk to you about it. Kai, are you there, sir?
I am, Frank. Thank you for having me on the call tonight. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
without a doubt. I'm excited for you to talk about this product. You talk, I'll hold up the pictures, and at 7:30, you turn it back over. The floor is yours, sir.
Well, thank you, Frank. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Kai Jacobs, and I think you might have heard me on some of the KTFA calls. I've been talking about the stem cell patches, and it's really, truly a breakthrough, incredible product. Basically, we like to call it a breakthrough in affordable stem cell technology. I'm going to say that again. It's a breakthrough in affordable stem cell technology. Everybody's been hearing for quite a few years, in the last 5 years probably, about stem cells and how they're so important for going in. They literally go in and repair everything, whether it's your eyes, your hair. If you're losing your hair starts growing back in. The color of your hair comes back for some people even. Your joints, just everything. The stem cells are the body's own mechanism for literally going in and repairing any kind of damage that happens to the body. And these patches they stimulate your body to activate and actually even increase more stem cells in your own body. And the beautiful thing is they don't use any injections. There's nothing, it's non-transdermal. There's nothing going from the patch into you other than information. There's nothing to worry about genetics from something else coming into you, because it actually stimulates your own body to generate its own stem cells, and even more importantly, activate the stem cells you have. So Lifewave is a company that's been around for about 16 years, and David Schmidt is the owner and the inventor of these products. And he's had products, Frank's just actually now kind of discovering some of the other products, because, our flagship product is the stem cell patch, and it's what's, our most recent patch. It's been out for about 2 years. And we're in about 100 different countries, so you can order them from all over the world. And wherever you are in the world, if you're listening to this in over 100 countries, we can ship and get the product to you, which is pretty amazing. And they're very affordable. They cost about, the price of a cup of coffee. And as I said, the company's been around for about 16 years. And he started off developing some other patches, actually. This technology has been around for a while, specifically the delivery system, Frank. That's what's so special about the stem cell products. The patches. is that the patches are, a lot of people ask, what's inside that patch? Like, what is it? What makes it work? And I'm going to get more into that tonight because we have more time to kind of stretch out and to understand what they are. So what they're made of, the substrate of the patches, what's inside that kind of plastic blister, it's a little kind of about the size of a quarter if you haven't seen them. And there's a little kind of blister on the top where there's some stuff inside there. And that's what is the magic. And the stuff that's inside that is basically a composition of amino acids and natural sugars that are comparable to the ones in your body. And, the way I like to describe it, it's kind of forming a lattice work crystal. It's like if you started thinking, like, I don't know, when you were a kid, like I actually liked candy a lot, and I would make my own rock sugar candy. And if you take like sugar and put it in water, and you put a popsicle stick on top of the glass, you're kind of dissolving as much sugar as you can in the glass, and hang a string down and let it sit for a number of days, a crystal will form on that string. You might have even seen it when I was a kid, a little older than many of you, not all of you, but some of you. I'm about 67 now. And when I was a kid, it would actually look a lot like a crystal. It was kind of like a quartz crystal almost, but it was rock candy made out of sugar that grew into a crystal formation. So the sugars and the amino acids in that blister, when they get near the heat of your body, you place it on your body, the heat of your body warms it up, and it creates kind of a lattice work of a crystalline structure. And then he has other proprietary things in there, minerals and different, basically trace minerals that create a certain frequency. That's the whole thing. What he's found is the pathway I like to call it kind of like the software for your body. You know how like when a computer you have the actual physical computer, but then to make it work you have to have software. Well, the software is your brain sending a message to the different parts of your body and the cells and things that do things to produce stuff. And these patches mimic those messages. And that's what he spends years studying and trial and error. And he's created over the past 15 years about 10 different patches now that do different messages based on that same substrate that actually, creates the frequency and the resonance so that when it gets near your body, it starts resonating. And then it's tuned to a specific frequency that actually mimics what your body does. So the first patch he came out with was an energy patch that told you, it's called the energy patch, the Energizer. And it tells your body to burn fat instead of carbs and sugar. Like most people for energy, your body starts burning sugar and carbohydrates. And that's what gives you energy, to do things in sports. That's why sports people really like our energy patch. Because what it is it actually tells the body to do burning fat, basically. It tells it to burn fat instead of sugars. It's kind of like when you get the second wind, like a runner. Like, I don't know if you've ever run or played soccer or played tennis or, where it's a very active sport or basketball or dance, marathon dancing, whatever. And you kind of run out of energy, but then the second wind comes. And what that is a switch gets turned on in your body to burn fat instead of sugars. And it's what's called endurance. And that's why soccer players love this. We had David Beckham, who was one of the most famous soccer players ever, wearing our patches back 15 years ago when he was playing soccer matches, and he'd be wearing them on his pecs, and it'd be a full page ad full page article actually in the London Times, showing full color picture of him, David Beckham, wearing them on his chest, big arrow saying, "What are these?" And so that's like amazing to have some, major athlete like that wear our product, not as a sponsor. He wasn't getting paid as a sponsor. He was wearing them because they helped him have more energy to run for longer in the game. And we have so many famous sports people, like many people that were in the Olympics were wearing these. They're completely legal because they don't put any chemicals into your body. They just send that information. This sends a message to have endurance, which is basically burning the fat in your body. And you just can go much farther. I personally have had that experience. I used to do some marathon type things, and wearing the patches, I could notice that I could go farther. The American women's swim team for the Olympics back about 12 years ago were using our patches extensively and breaking their own personal records the first time they put them on. Then that's the energy patch. And so a lot of people, especially younger people and older people, can use more energy. And they just love our energy patches because it's kind of like a battery. It just makes all the other patches even work better, but it also helps you just have, more energy at the end of the day to do extra things and not be so run down. One of the other patches that we have is called the sleep patch. Frank asked me to speak about some of the other patches and kind of get into it. And that gives a message. And by the way, this message is kind of like when you go in the sunlight. And when you go in the sunlight, it's a frequency, and it tells your body to produce vitamin D. It's a known scientific fact that when you have sunlight hit your skin, your body starts producing vitamin D. It also produces melanin, which is what gives you a suntan. That's the coloring in the skin, kind of gives you a suntan to protect you from the sun. So our body is triggered by these frequencies and by light. And it's a science called photobiomodulation, Frank. It's called photobiomodulation. And it's become a very big science now. And a lot of science and medicine is moving in that direction as, giving us information. I mean, when you take supplements and prescription drugs, the drugs actually are just information. Those chemicals are chemical information that go into your body that do create a result. And so by giving information to your brain, our bodies can do a lot of these same things itself. And the sleep patch tells your body to produce melatonin. If you go buy melatonin in the store, it's actually horse melatonin. That's how they make it. They have to stimulate the horse to generate melatonin, and then they extract it out of the horse, and you're taking melatonin, which makes you really drowsy, but kind of like in a very drowsy kind of way. Ours is a much cleaner energy because it's your own melatonin. It's human melatonin that your own body's producing. A much more gentle type of sleep. And so the sleep patches are actually been approved as a medical device in Europe, not in the United States, but by the Medical Association in Europe. And they're even sold in hospitals. That's our one patch that we actually have that's sold in Europe as a medical device. And it stimulates your body to produce melatonin. That's what the message that comes out of the patch. So the sleep patch is very profound for people who have trouble sleeping. If you want to have, wake up and feel much more refreshed, and even with less time, you get a deeper sleep, a more REM sleep with it. It's an incredible product. Another one that we have is called the glutathione patch, and it tells your body to produce more glutathione. And when they did the clinical studies on it, a lot of these, almost all the patches have had clinical studies done on them. Some of them have been peer-reviewed, some of them are double-blind. There are all different kinds of tests that have been done. There's about 86 clinical studies done now. The last few have been peer-reviewed and published in medical journals. And all the products are patented. David, I think, holds over 100 patents now. Not patent pending. Anyone can get patent pending. That means that the product is, trying to get patented. It takes a lot of time and a lot of money to get a patent. And you have to prove that it does what it says. It has to have efficacy. You have to have clinical studies. And it has to be something different than anything out there in the world. So that it has to be the first to do that, to get a patent. And David holds over 100 patents on this technology and the aspects and parts of the technology to create these patches, but also on all the individual patches and what they do. So it's over 100 issued patents on these products. So you can't get them anywhere else, and they're amazing. And with the glutathione, when they did the tests on it, they would test the person for the glutathione levels in the blood prior to putting the patches on. Then with the test group, and they did placebo with some, people not, getting just a patch without the secret ingredients inside the blister, so they didn't know the difference. And they found that the people that had the patches increased glutathione in their blood. It was 300% on the average. Some people went as high as 600% within 24 hours increase of glutathione in their blood. Matter of fact, the lab that did those tests were so amazed that they said that's not possible. We had to do all the testing again, got the same results. And so the glutathione patch is an amazing patch, and glutathione stimulates your immune system. It's a superman antioxidant, master antioxidant of the body, and it helps with all different things about not getting sick and autoimmune problems. And it's an amazing ingredient that your body can make to protect you from, infectious diseases and things like that. It's very helpful in protecting your body. Another product that we have is the carnosine patch, and it tells your body to produce carnosine, just like, it's a different subtle things that are put into that same substrate. It creates a different frequency, and it mimics the message that your brain puts out when it says you need more carnosine. And the carnosine helps build your muscles, your ligaments, your bones. It creates the foundations of your body. It has a lot of other benefits, but it really helps people feel strong. And if you work out a lot, building muscle, again, your connective tissue, all the parts, you should do some searches if you'd like on Google about carnosine. It's an amazing product. I like wearing those patches on my eyes at night because there's a lot of connective tissue in your eyes, and I just wear a night patch, a night, kind of like a night mask, and I don't take the sticker off the patches, and I just set them on my eyes. I love doing that with glutathione, the X39, and the carnosine. All of those, I wear them on my eyes at night. It's amazing what it does for your eyes and the health of your eyes. Another patch that we have is the aloe vera patch, which is for your skin, and it stimulates your pineal gland, and it helps people dream more in color. It's an amazing patch, and it helps your skin become smooth and gets rid of wrinkles in the body, and it helps me dream more in color. I get very vivid dreams from that, wearing that patch at night. I put it on my third eye, or you can put it, on your temple or on your chest, another good place to place that patch. And it's amazing what it can start doing for your skin and for your pineal gland and activating that. So those are some of the patches, and you can use combinations of these patches. Another one that is one of the top favorites of everybody is called the Eon patch, and that's spelled AEON. And it lowers, it sends a message in your body to lower your cortisol levels. And it actually really helps reduce stress. So if you have any stress in your life, and stress can create so many problems in our bodies, as you know, and the way we are thinking too, lowering your cortisol levels is a really powerful thing for lowering your stress levels and bringing a sense of calm and peace to you. It's also, that patch is very anti-inflammatory, and a lot of people use it for pain. If you have anything that hurts, like any kind of joints or back pain or neck pain or headaches or knee pains or anywhere, you just stick the Eon patch right on that spot, and leave it on there for about 16 hours is what most people do. You can do it all night or all day. You can see which works best for you, and it's pretty amazing. So I do want to kind of, before the time runs out, Frank, I want to mention that my business partner, Lynette, and actual life partner too, Lynette Smith, she's going to be fielding calls, and she's very experienced in the patches. And so when you call, she'll be able to call you back. Just leave a message. And the number to call about that is 1-775-453-6133. I'm going to give that again. That's 775-453-6133. Her email address, if you want to email her, if that's more comfortable for you, it's Lynette808@gmail.com. And Lynette has 2 N's and 2 T's, so it's LYNNETTE808@gmail.com. You can also find a banner that we have on KTFA on the website. It's about stem cells and Lifewave patches. And also, this UB2B is, remember again, it's February 18th, 2021, and it's a UB2B on the stem cell patches, Lifewave patches, but also a lot of the other patches, the glutathione, the Eon, the sleep patch, which we call Silent Nights, and the Alabita patch, and a lot of the other ones that we've been talking about. One of the other patches, which I haven't talked about yet, is the Lifewave patch, and that's for pain too. I like using the Eon a lot, but you can also use the Lifewave, which lowers the body's temperature about 5 degrees. And they do a lot of photography, like thermal photography of animals. By the way, these patches work as well or better on animals than on people. You can use these on your pets, on dogs, cats. Some people even put them on fish tanks. I've seen that people do that, and it affects the fish. If they're sick, it really, the glutathione can really help with a sick fish. So there's, and of course, horses. We have a lot of people using these patches on horses. We even have a special patch for animals called now I'm not remembering the name. It's a special patch, the Aculife, I think it's called, Aculife. You can get information, as I mentioned again, from the KTFA site and get in touch with Lynette. Also, we have a really good website about the stem cell patches, which is called X39, and it's at a website called www.liveyounger.com. So it's liveyounger.com. And there's some great videos, and David Schmidt goes into the science behind the patch and how it works and how it actually activates your stem cells. There's a 3-minute video that gives a great overview, and then an 18-minute in-depth kind of webinar from the inventor himself. And you can, that's really a great video to watch. And the thing about the stem cell patches, that by the time you're 30, you're about 50% of your stem cell activity is down. And by the time you're in your 60s and close to your 70s, 90% reduction of activity of your stem cells. With these patches, you greatly enhance that. So it really turns back the hands of the biological clock. And whatever's happening, it helps you live younger. So you feel younger and live younger longer. And that's an amazing thing. So the patches really work. They come with a 30-day, 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy with how they're working for you, there's really no risk. We tell everyone you can try with confidence. And that's kind of a lot of what I wanted to share today. There are stories, things that they really help with. As I mentioned, eyesight is a big one, high blood pressure. I personally noticed a big difference. I had that myself. And wearing these patches have, especially the X39, there are some clinical studies of showing how it really helps soften the arteries. The action of hardening the arteries can create a lot of problems. And they've showed clinically that these patches over time start to soften the arteries again. The calcium buildup in it starts to get softer instead of being hardening of the arteries. And so it just helps on so many levels with your circulation, feeling better. We don't claim that we cure any diseases. These patches are not about curing diseases, but they really help with symptoms and a lot of things that people are feeling that just make them not feel well, not sleeping well, feeling stressed, being in pain. Your eyes don't feel as good. Your joints aren't working as well. These patches really start to make a very big difference in people's lives. That's
Kai,
what I wanted to share, Frank.
Hey, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
You still got about 8 minutes. Let me deal with some questions. Somebody wanted to know, does it matter where you put the patches on your body?
That's a great question, Frank. You can put these patches anywhere, and they will work. But they work even better and stronger in certain spots, but they're very simple. And all the patches come with directions of the 2 or 3 best places to try. And I recommend you just do one place for 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week. If it's not getting the results you want, then try it in one of the other locations. They come with a little booklet, each one, and it kind of shows you where that's best put. They do work sometimes on acupressure points, even, can enhance the benefits of them. But they will work anywhere that you put them on your body. And go on.
Does Lifewave offer a package of a combination of these patches?
Absolutely. Another great question. So you can put, one of the things that's really neat about their website is that you can actually put together whatever kind of package you want. So, you can go through, if you go to their website, which is lifewave.com, and, Lynette will lead you to it and help you get in so that it works with Frank's, so Frank's team will benefit from this a lot too, and that's really important to us. So the beauty is you can buy what's called a bronze, a silver, a gold, or a diamond package. And so the bronze gives you one, and the silver gives you three, and when you start getting three, you get a little price reduction, and sometimes, when you get to the fifth, the gold, which gives you five, you can get even more. They give you some extras in it, and of course the diamond has a lot more extras in it. And you can put whatever you want in those packages. So you can pick and choose what you want and create your own package of which ones you want. And the more you buy, the better price you get, and the benefits that you get from it.
You might have already answered this, but it's good to cover it again. Can you wear more than one kind of patch? Can you wear a combination of them?
Absolutely. Frank, I often wear two or three. I mean, if you're going to just get one, get the X39, the stem cell. It's our flagship product. It helps with pain, helps with a lot of other things besides just the stem cell activation. It helps people with sleep, actually, a lot of people, and energy. So it's kind of like the multiple vitamin kind of thing. It just works on a lot of levels. But yes, you can actually wear multiple patches. You can do multiple things. You can even stack them in the same spot and sometimes get enhanced results, especially around pain and certain things like that. We find sometimes stacking one or two of the different patches can actually create some great results. A lot of stuff on YouTube about that too. If you go to YouTube, there's thousands of people all over the world who benefited from these products, and they make little videos and with their cell phones, and there's literally thousands of YouTube videos. So you can get a lot of ideas from YouTube about locations and placements and different combinations.
I can see that Lynette is in chat with the UB2B and answering questions. That's good. Here's another question. Are these patches waterproof? Do I take them off when I take a shower or when I go swimming?
Great question. By the way, they are non-hypergenic. I mean, they're hypergenic in the sense of that they don't create rashes and things like that. They're really safe to put on, and they don't wash off. I mean, if you stay in water for hours, yeah, they might come off. But taking a shower, going for a swim, no problem.
Do you recommend these for migraine headaches?
Yes. I like using the Icewave patch. It's a polarity patch. It has two in it, and I put one on either temple. There's kind of a left and a right, negative and positive kind of polarity. Sometimes I will use the Eon just on my third eye, or even the X39 just on my third eye. Works. We have amazing results with people with headaches. You do have to give them time. Sometimes for some people, they work instantly and amazing results within 4 or 5 minutes. Some people, in most people, it takes a week to even 30 days, and sometimes even 90 days before they start seeing really, really big changes and effects. You have to remember it took many years for our bodies to break down and things happen. So you have to give these patches time, especially to rebuild things and fix things. Sometimes pain we can deal with very quickly, but some of the other issues, that takes rebuilding that, and that takes time. So you have to be patient with the patches.
I have the X39, and I have a bunch of them in this package. And one of the questions I asked is, I'm holding it in my hand. Why isn't it activated? I mean, they're photolithic. I'm holding it in my hand here, where the light's at, where the sun is at. But then I found out that they're also activated by body temperature, correct?
Correct. They do get activated by heat. So, don't leave them in the summer in a car where it's hot. You want to keep them like 70 degrees, not much higher than 85 if you can, because they will start to activate at your body temperature levels.
Because they're crystalline structures, I would even recommend to keep it in the refrigerator. That's the best state for the crystals.
That can work too. I haven't seen them recommend that. I think they like it at room temperature is better for
Gotcha.
these patches.
Okay.
But because sometimes it might create condensation and things can start altering.
Gotcha.
You know, like if you take a cold ice glass of water and put it on the counter, you'll see a lot of condensation underneath it. And inside that blister, condensation can happen if you get it too cold.
Got it.
So just don't get it too hot. You know, that's the key. It's just, you know, make sure you keep them in a cool place.
Well, we're right at about 7:30. I'm proud of you. Jan, are there any other questions?
Somebody wants to know if they have a latex allergy, can they use this?
If someone has a latex allergy, can they use these because they're made out of plastic?
I believe so because they're hypoallergenic.
Hypoallergenic.
But there are people that do get a little bit of a rash from them, and you can actually wear them on your clothes. As long as they're within, you know, an inch of your body, they will get activated. So if I would try them on your skin because they're made to be allergies not be affected by it. But there's always going to be a few people that they will react to it. And in those cases, put it on the outside of your clothes.
Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know how to get a hold of me. My name is Frank. I go by Frank26 on the internet. My phone number is 419-283-2552. 419-283-2552. Or you can call Lynette. Lynette and Kai. They'll both be more than willing to help you. You can see Lynette's over here answering and Kai is over here lecturing. They're a good combination. They're a good team. Lynette's phone number is 775-453-6133. 775-453-6133. And you can email Lynette if you want. That's Lynette, LYNNETTE, 808 at gmail.com. LYNNETTE, 808 at gmail.com. I want to thank you, Kai. This is a wonderful product. I'm wearing one right on the left side of my chest right now. Sometimes I wear it underneath my belly button where I have that third stage bladder cancer issue I'm dealing with. But I believe in the technology. I believe in the product. I see how it's helping a lot of people. And I believe in you and your partner, Lynette. Thank you kindly, you guys, for teaching people about this product.
Thank you, Frank, and thank you, Jen. Really appreciate the time to share with the KTFA family.
Indeed. And we'll have you again on our next Monday call. Okay, Kai?
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you. God bless you guys. Take care.
God bless.
Well, yeah, I really do love these patches, and I know you'll love them too. And then they come with the guarantee as well too. Where can you lose? Okay, you got a little discomfort, you got a little pain, you got a little, just not feeling good, whatever. You saw all the different ones that they have. Go to our website and check it all out and see what you may find interest in those products. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're done with our first part, our UB2B, about the stem cell patches. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move to the next section, which is the little dessert that I promised you, which is about our investment. And first thing I'm going to do is show you or read to you something that I hope brings joy to your heart. Everything I'm about to say is strictly in my opinion. Strictly in my opinion until it's your opinion. And it happened today in Iraq at 7:41 a.m. in the morning. I'm looking to see if there's any interest on my behalf to go all the way back to Wednesday. I was with you on Monday. So Tuesday, there it is. Wednesday, there it is. I'll tell you what, we'll start with Wednesday. Look, yesterday, 5:15 in the afternoon. Let's start with that time frame right there, okay? And by the way, again, everything is in my opinion. And I truly hope that what I share with you tonight blesses you. That's all I want. I don't want to hurt no one. I don't want to lie to no one. I don't want to exaggerate. I don't want to give false hope. I'm telling you what we have. You know, when you have something that's really good, something that's good, like the love of Jesus Christ, or maybe you discovered a brand new Mexican restaurant with some really good enchiladas that you want to tell everybody. Walking Stick and I, our teams, we know some nice, we know some nice things. And trust me, we want to share them with you. But we also have to be responsible. Show a little dignity. It's not the desire to knock everybody over just to get in the front of the line. And when I do share it with somebody, if they don't like it, well, that's their prerogative. But I really wish that they would consider it. Because the odds are, based on our record, it would be helpful for them. Over 17,000 MasterCards were issued today, Mr. Frank, for the full-time employee pay from December the 20th to today. None of them were for the Kurdistan area. None of them were given any of the cards the report told us this morning on our television. To which I said, and this is yesterday in the afternoon, Eddie, in my opinion, they prepare the way to pay people because they have to. They also, Iraq is also, they're allowing them to use their own currency on an international level. So when you see these cards being presented to Kurdistan, it's because the Baghdad area received them already. You know that, Eddie. Kurdistan recently jumped on board about a month and a half ago. And they were promised these same cards. Now you see they got them, Eddie. Soon, Eddie, you will see many, many bank accounts for the Kurds also opened up. And I also, and the other part that I said right there, these cards are also to allow the Iraqi citizens to use their currency on an international level very soon. To which he said, that's going to be a very special. It's going to be a special day, and it's going to be the easiest way for them to do this. Eddie said today that the Iraqi news early this morning said that they are starting to implement some of the white papers. Now grab onto this really tight and don't let go. What's in the white papers? You tell me before I go any further, because it looks like I'm already losing your attention. What's in the white papers? Although C.S. Hessman caught that. Oh my gosh. Bank accounts? But this time for the Kurds? I'll ask it one more time. Maybe I won't. There you go. Flanagan was the first one, I think, that said it. And then, oh my word, about another 20 of you. Oh, excellent. Excellent. In my opinion, the rate. You see, the white papers are for the economic reform. And the economic reform is not going to be done internally by Iraq. They don't have jack to do it with. They don't have liquidity. They don't have money. They don't have the structure. They don't have the material. Heck, they don't even have the brains to do it. That's why they need to bring in experts from all over the world to rebuild their country. But ladies and gentlemen, the white papers that contain the, in my opinion, recalculate, the new exchange rate is the only reason why the international world is now pouring in is in Iraq. The only reason why Iran said, okay, back there, we won't bomb you. Okay, we don't bomb you. Hey, we got no American dollars. We got no money. We can't even steal your currency. Go ahead and raise the value, huh? Maybe we can get some of that, huh? This is big. Oh, here. You can see it right there. So Eddie is telling me that their television yesterday tells them, we're about to implement the white papers. Actually, it's a start of implementing some of the white papers, to be correct. To which I said to him, Eddie, I strongly believe that the white papers have the new exchange rate. I've been telling you that for such a long time. So, in my opinion, this is very good for you to tell me what you're saying, that they gave you this information. Because, in my opinion, the IMF last week gave to the CBI a specific date, a bullseye of when to release the new exchange rate. Let's see what happens. To which he said, yes, Mr. Frank, as high as the barrel of oil is, it has jumped. There will be a big surplus. Already the budget was around, what he should say set around, but he said around, which it was set around $43 a barrel, and now it's almost $63 a barrel. To which I said to him, that's why they turned down the loans, Eddie, from the IMF, because they knew that it was going to be 63, but in all honesty, it's going to go to about 100. It's going to go to somewhere in the $100 range. So, yeah, you talk about surplus. You talk about the deficit being replaced. Well, I talk about the fact that that's why they didn't want the loans, because they knew that oil was going to explode. As soon as Biden got in there, they calculated this right. In fact, I think that Trump helped them to calculate this. The increase of oil, Eddie, and this is huge. Listen now. The increase of oil, Eddie, will cover the deficit in the budget. To which he said, thumbs up, man. Yeah, far out. Groovy. Thumbs up all the way. Yesterday, 9:54 p.m. in the evening. What are you doing up so early, man? Well, here's what happened. We're hearing early in the morning here that Baghdad and Erbil, after a marathon talks, have just about reached an agreement. And the only issue remaining is the Shiites and the political blocs that are trying to interfere. But we're hoping that this last agreement can get the budget going for next week for the vote. Now, what he's trying to say there is that what we've been telling you, Kurdistan has no problems with the budget. The budget has a problem with Kurdistan, because Kurdistan and the budget want the same thing, the new exchange rate. So Kurdistan can get their fair share of that budget that they went to make sure that the numbers were all set. And the budget wants the new exchange rate so that they can start rebuilding their country through their economic reform of the white papers. This is all tied in together. One thing becomes a fail system for the next thing. It's a backup for a backup. You mess up one of these steps, the whole thing falls apart. That's very good. That's very good. To have the principal players, even Iran, involved in the steps that we're studying of the monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar, that's good. A lot better than to have them against what we're doing. And the only one was Iran. But like I told you, blood is thicker than anything. Or excuse me, money is thicker than any blood. Iran is doing what it's doing. But then again, they're still hypocritical. You saw what they did 3 days ago. They bombed the Kurdistan area, Erbil area. So we've got this unique situation, ladies and gentlemen. They just, and he says, I said to him that now that they have said to the citizens on the television, we've been saying words. Oh, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. This threw up on me. Where was I? Yesterday, wasn't I? Thumbs up. There it is. Okay, so hearing early morning Mr. Frank to the Baghdad urban area of the marathon talk about, and they reached an agreement only to issue the Shiites and the political blocs are trying to interfere, but we're hoping that this is the last agreement that can get the budget next week for a vote. And I said, Eddie, the Shiites and the political blocs that you're talking about are in no position to make any request in the budget, only the Kurds. Trust me. Trust me on that, Eddie. And I hope you heard every word I just said. And once again, Eddie, there is no vote. You're not waiting for no vote for the budget. The budget is simply waiting again for another week for the new exchange rate. Haven't you picked up on that? Every week the budget moves to the next week. It races to meet the new exchange rate. They all say, and he responds by saying that, yeah, they all say thank you. What he means is all those that are gathered there watching. Eddie shows them my communication, and the Iraqi citizens appreciate knowledge. 7:41 a.m. Whoa, what is this? When is this? Today? Yeah, 7:41 a.m. today. Good morning, Mr. Frank. The word from Parliament today is saying that within the next 48 hours, the final piece of agreement will be reached. It deals with the percentage to Kurdistan, 12.6% to the Kurdistan region. The Shiites keep blocking its passage, but Parliament is saying within the next 48 hours this will be resolved. So once again, what they said yesterday, they're saying it again this morning. We're going to get done next 2 days. Okay. And that reminds me of, was it Wimpy? Mm-hmm. Wimpy was the guy from Popeye. Papa, if you could, if you could lend me a quarter, I'll pay it next Thursday. I sure will. Yeah, he wanted to buy hamburgers. I mean, if we just postpone it for another 48 hours, we'll get the vote in. I promise you. Huh? No, there is no need for a vote. There is no need for waiting. I mean, yeah, it's waiting, but there is no need to do anything to the budget. Stop it, Eddie. So the word is that Parliament is saying next 48. So they repeat it, they regurgitate it, but they did tell them about the percentage that Kurdistan is getting, 12.6%, and the Shiites continue to block this, but hopefully in the next 48 hours this will be resolved. Here. Was it? I'll pay you next Tuesday. I thought it was next.
I'll pay you next Thursday for a hamburger today.
Someone said it's next Tuesday. I thought it was Thursday. Yeah. Olive oil. Man, that girl was twiggy. You know.
She was anorexic.
She was anorexic. Popeye. Remember Pluto and Brutus and what was the dog's name? Remember?
Pluto.
Jeep. And Jeep, the dog, all he said was Jeep, Jeep, Jeep. He had a stupid little nose. He kind of looked like Snoopy, but stretched out. Anyway, so yeah, this is not important, I tell him. Then he continues and he says, but listen, other members of parliament are putting pressure on the idea of raising of the dinar and to lower the dollar exchange rate, stating that they must implement the project of the white papers, which leads to... Well, here, you read it, and you tell me how you feel about this. The other members of Parliament are putting pressure on for the raising of the dinar and lower the dollar exchange, stating that they must implement the project of the white papers, which leads to the deletion of the zeros. Well, David got it. That's it. Oh my goodness, you're a tough crowd tonight. Did you not read what I just read and read to you? Did you read what I read? What I read it to read it, what I wrote it, didn't wrote it, but I read it. Did you read it? Okay, Stefan says, wow, all right. The dog's name was Nopi? No, it wasn't. No, who is it? William, forget the dog. How could you miss this? Didn't you just hear what I just said? Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll say it one more time, and then I'll go. No, actually, there's something else. I have two things for you tonight. So let's speed this up. 18th.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Would you go get me my medicine? Look, doggone it. Look at this. They're telling them that we're going to put the white papers. They are telling them. Parliament, the government. And the reason why is because the white papers leads to the deletion of the 3 zeros. They're telling the citizens that. Which means you're going to see this in an article. Did I not tell you that? Did we not tell you Monday, our intel to you that we shared in our opinion was that you're going to now start to see articles that say the lifting of the 3 zeros. Eddie is being told in the country, on their television, it's white papers because it leads to the deletion of 3 zeros. No kidding. Back to middle of next week on budget vote now, third week. It's been pushed back. Thank you, Jen. Mm-hmm. Do I have water here? Yeah. It's been pushed back. Government talking today of presenting of a new budget in the coming months. No. Now, look at this. This is the good part right there. And then right here, once again, that the budget this and the budget that. Who cares? This is what is important, that top part right there. That's what they told them on television today, this morning, early this morning. I'm sorry, but that's big. So last Monday, we say to you, get ready. You're going to start seeing 3 zero articles. Yesterday and into today, they tell Eddie, hey, white papers because it leads to the deletion of the 3 zeros. Yeah. Next week, more than likely, you'll start to see these articles. Okay, that's good. Then, and by the way, so there's where he left off right there. And then I responded at 10:37 in the morning. I respond back by telling him, I'm happy. Excuse me. I'm happy that you are happy about the progress with the budget. But like I keep telling you, Eddie, I have no interest in the budget because I know that it's already completed, and all they were doing was talking with the Kurdistans about the numbers to make sure that their share was fair. Eddie, what is extremely exciting for me is to see that they are telling you on television exactly what we have been telling you to prepare yourself for. And as well, that within the white papers, you can find the exchange rate calculations, the evidence of a lifting of the 3 zeros for them to tell you the white papers will bring forth the lifting of the exchange rate is very exciting because it tells me Walking Sticks information is right on course. The things that used to be so secret, so sensitive, Eddie, are now being told to the Iraqi citizens in detail. So then he responds by saying, he said they told them that the white papers are in two. Yes or no? He said that they told them that the white papers are in two parts. You better write this down. Are in two parts. About there are two projects. It's about relief, and the second part is it includes the deletion of the 3 zeros. I agree with them 100%, and I'm going to show this to you. Do you realize what I'm showing you tonight? You don't know this about the white papers, but you do now. You don't know this about the white papers, but they do now. And by the way, Pastor Kendall starts his Bible study in about 5 minutes, so I've got to speed this up. That is huge. Now, all of this I'm going to cover with you on Monday, plus whatever else our files are allowed to share with you. This is huge. They're telling the citizens, now that's two things that they've told the citizens on where to look for the 3 zeros, the lifting of the 3-0 evidence, I should say. And here again, then they say that in the white papers, it's in two projects. And I just showed it to you. To which I respond by saying, now that they have said this to the citizens on their television, we should soon see the same words and articles. So like I said, I can't help but to be excited because the things that we have been telling you for the last 2 months, you are now being told. Yes, Mr. Frank. We're just concerned over the Shiites holding up the passage of the budget. Talks on the televisions about how the agreement on Erbil and Baghdad is good and Iraq is stable and will be a good investment for foreign investors. Things are looking positive. And yes, Mr. Frank, things are looking as you told us they would in the proximal future. I like that. All right, so that's enough. I'm running out of time, and I'm barely going to have enough time to give you one more thing.
Read it again.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Oh, he said that?
Yes.
Oh, bless his heart. Pastor Kendall just sent us a note telling us that take my time and that he'll start whenever I finish. But I am pretty much done. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to show you something, okay? And I want to give credit to two of my dear brothers, very, very sweet gentlemen that have helped me tremendously, not only in our intel gathering when we needed information through their connections, but also in the battle of this cancer that I'm dealing with. These two gentlemen have gone above and beyond the call of duty to help their brother in Christ. And that would be Frankie G. Yeah, Frank 26 sends his appreciations to Frankie G. and also to Jimmy V. Frankie G, Jimmy V, thank you very much for the following. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you something. You ready? First, I'm going to blow up the picture. First, I'm going to bring it up to show it to you, okay? Just take a quick little glimpse. Try to familiarize yourself as much as you can from the top part. Whatever you can read, look at the date. You can see the date, the time frame stamped. You see what it says right there. Let me move this over a little bit over in that direction. Now, this is something that you're not going to see on the internet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to put it inside of our forum, KTFA, but inside of Premium. How many times have I told you that Iraq is Article 8? How many times have I told you that? Well, since 2018 January, because that's when I told you that they started using the second set of books. And that summer is when we noticed that they lifted 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros. Remember that? Okay. And I've always told you that they are Article 8 because the IMF, we have an article from the IMF very clearly in our final article thread that says Yes, Iraq is Article 8 because we are allowing them to use the mechanisms of Article 8 for their monetary reform and their economic reform. Today, one of the three major banks, the Hadim, Rashid, and Trade Bank of Iraq, one of these major banks today, Al Hadim Bank, leaves the seventh item. Did you see that on the top part where it said that right there? You see that? Al Rafadim Bank announced today, Thursday, that it has withdrawn. It has been withdrawn from Article 7 that was previously imposed on it. The director of Al Rafadim Bank, Hassan Al-Zabadi, revealed in a statement singled out by the National News Center about the fulfillment. Now, how did they fulfill it? By obeying all the international banking laws, right? Right. Setting up the international banking structure, right? Right. They have revealed in a statement singled out by the National News Center about the fulfillment of the requirements for the exit of the Rahadin Bank from the United Nations decision of Chapter 7. Al-Zubadi explained that the exit decision came after fulfilling all the bank's financial obligations, international status, all of the bank's financial obligations to international financial institutions. They're telling you they're not a program rate anymore. They're not Chapter 7 of the United Nations Security Council. I'm not done. Okay, so Vadi explained that the exit, they're gone from Chapter 7. The exit, they've been out of Chapter 7 for about 2 years, but there were some lingering Chapter 7 issues. They're all gone now, apparently, from what I can see, because the remaining ones were just the ones in the banks. This is monstrous. This is stupendous. This is immeasurable. Yeah, he says we've exited, and that decision came after fulfilling all of the bank's. Who do you fulfill? Who told you to fulfill? Who did? IMF, World Bank, United States Treasury, the Fab Four. Well, then you did something to your currency, right? Of course we did. That's why we graduated from Chapter 7. It says right here from the United Nations decision of Chapter 7. Sabadi explained that the exit decision came after fulfilling all of the bank financial obligations, and one of them to raise their value, to international financial institutions. He favored the bank obtaining large bank credit after the decision, especially the foreign dealings of the state institution and departments. This sucker goes on and on and on. And it explains why they're not Chapter 7. They're not handcuffed anymore. It explains why they're Article 8. It explains why they're international. And soon they'll explain why their currency is international, because they've lifted the 3 zeros. Fascinating, isn't it? It's right there. So we will make a copy about this article, and we will put it inside of Team Chat tonight so that you can add it to your archives. And once we have it in Team Chat, Jan and the rest of the admins there that work with you, let's put it in Final Article Thread, okay? Mm-hmm. You know me, I can keep talking because how did we start? Sometimes you go to you go see a movie, you just want to tell somebody, you got to go see that movie, the sequel of Terminator. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes you go to a restaurant, you got to go try their filet mignon. Oh, it was really good. You got to go in there, especially on a Friday night when they got, okay. Sometimes you meet Jesus Christ and you just want to tell everybody, you've got to meet Jesus. You got to pray. You got to study his word. You got check it out. You're going to love it. Oh, man, it's the greatest feeling in the world. And sometimes my friend Walking Stick and I, we want so badly to tell you things, but I think we've been doing it the proper way and going about it in a in a dignified manner. What you have received tonight is extremely powerful. Please enjoy it as you start reading it in articles pretty soon. God bless you all. Thank you kindly for being with us, and stay warm, okay? It's so cold outside. We got to be careful. When we go outside, I got to go like this. If not, the water in my eyes freezes. I can't take a deep breath. Whew. Especially the senior citizens. There have been many people up here in the north that I've read about that died of a heart attack just by breathing in the cold air. It was a shock to their system. Or falling, slipping on ice and cracking the back of their head, or car accidents, whatever. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Protect each other. And stay in constant prayer with our Heavenly Father, okay? All right. Please go to our Bible study. There's over 1,000 of you with us right now. Please consider go listen to what our Pastor Kendall has to say. Like I said, sometimes you fall in love with something, you just want to tell everybody else about it. I did tonight. Let Pastor Kendall continue. Y'all take care. Aloha. See you next Monday. Bye-bye. Oh, you want me to hold it up? Da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Y'all come back now, you hear?